Okay, this is a quick video to orient some of the members of the AMA delegation on how to access the information on the AMA website so that you can find reports, resolutions, and other items of business that you're asked to review as your participation on the AMA delegation. So I'm going to share my screen, and let's go through this and see how we can navigate this page. I think it'll make it easier for everyone. So I'm sharing my screen. So we're going to pull this up and go to AMA. Oh, let's do this. AMA-ASSN, American Medical Association, and we get to their front homepage, and I'm going to use my cursor here. You can see there's a whole list of areas here across the top, a drop-down menu here, where you can find information. You can go to the House of Delegates, so down here, and to the annual meeting, and then over here, so you can see how that works. Or you can just click over here on House of Delegates, and then you'll get to the organization, AMA policies, special meetings, interim meetings, elections. We'll focus on the annual meeting tab. And then in here, you'll see a whole bunch of different tiles. This is the registration. You do need to register. You can review the health and safety protocols requiring some testing and full vaccines, the speaker's letter, which has a whole bunch of details and reminders on it, hotel and travel information if you need to make reservations, and then updates, the latest updates up here. But we're going to focus on this tile, which is business of the meeting, reports and resolutions. And you can see here that we have Delegates Handbook, the handbook by tab. So there's different ways to display the information. I just scroll down and look at the handbook tabs. And if I am assigned to Reference Committee E, this is where I would want to go. Let me show you a little bit about how these are ordered. So each reference committee has a numbering scheme. So you can see the Reference Committee on Amendments to Constitution and Bylaws has these orders of business to review, a few BOT reports, a Constitution and Bylaws report, the Council on Ethical and Judicial Affairs reports, and then a number of resolutions, all numbered 001 through 2013, so all in single digits. Okay, so if we go back and we look at Reference Committee A, same thing, you have CMS reports, no board reports, but you do have resolutions, and those are all in the 100 series. If you were Reference Committee B, a couple of BOT reports, and then the resolutions in the 200 series, and so forth. And it keeps going that way all the way down. So it would go 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. And then underneath, you'll see some additional resolutions here that may be added. And you can easily tell that 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 would all potentially go to Constitution and Bylaws. And then 126 and 127 would likely go to Reference Committee A, 200 and 300, and so forth. So those are additional resolutions that you might want to familiarize yourself with. So let's get to this. Let's just pick Reference Committee D. And you can see in Reference Committee D, it has a few items of business here. And the easy way to get to it is to click on each one. So this is one that MSNJ had a issue on, addressing public health disinformation. It's a BOT report, and you can see it's in a executive summary, introduction, discussion, conclusions, and then you can read the entire report itself as well. That's in Reference Committee D. Also, you have Council on Science and Public Health reports, a review of policies and transformation of rural public health systems, and then a number of resolutions. So each of these reports has recommendations in it that you should review and comment back to the delegation on your opinion on whether the council's reports hit the mark, or whether you want to ask for some changes in their recommendations. When you get onto the resolutions, you can pick them. I'm going to pick one just as a example. Universal Child Care Preschool 405. You can see that this is Resolution 405. It's being considered in A22, which stands for Annual Meeting 2022, introduced by the Medical Student Section, subject, and then where it's referred to, Reference Committee D. These are the whereas solutions that support the context till we get to the resolves, which are the action items. And there's one action item here: resolved that our American Medical Association advocate for universal access to high quality and affordable child care and preschool, and a moderate fiscal note, $5,000 to $10,000, and the data was received and the references. So you would review this and make a suggestion of support or oppose, and then decide how you wanted to proceed, if you wanted to make changes, and figure out if the issue is important enough for the committee or the representatives to testify on in support or opposition at the reference committee hearing. So that's kind of how you navigate the site, how you find out different things. Again, it's all here on the website, and we'll do another video on other aspects of the meeting, but that's how you find the order of business for your particular reference committee.